A new bill introduced by Chuck Schumer. Also, one of the major provisions in the current stimulus package was just removed, and that was just announced today. Also, a new report out showing just how Americans are truly doing right now. And March 11th is the new date on the table. I have all the details for you in this video. Let's get into it right now. But if you're new here, or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and so I can keep you updated every single day with all the latest details, as information is changing very rapidly right now, and I'm right here by your side as your one and only daily advocate, as I'm very much dedicated and committed to you and this community as a whole to help you out in any way that I possibly can. So again, thanks so much for being part of the community. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe down below, and let's get right into the update. All right, so let's quickly talk about March 11th as the new date on the table. Now, this was just introduced and revealed a short time ago this afternoon. Now, this is in reference to the short-term stopgap bill or the continuing resolution. We've talked about that previously in the videos earlier today. Now, this was just released earlier, so what they want to do is they're going to be voting on a new continuing resolution tomorrow in the House of Representatives, which will actually keep the government funded for an additional 3 weeks out until, yes, you called it, March 11th. So that's their new plan right now because they do not have a long-term solution put in place. But these are the details, and this is what they will be voting on tomorrow in the House of Representatives, and then sometime shortly thereafter in the Senate. Of course, I'll keep you posted, but it looks like they're coming together on a solution, and we probably don't need to worry about a government shutdown, which is actually really nice. Also, let's quickly talk about this new report that was just released talking about how Americans are actually doing right now. Does anybody want to put their own opinions on this one? Well, I think all of us can probably agree on how Americans are actually doing. However, let's lay it all out there. 63% of Americans, according to this report right here, are saying that they're having a hard time paying for the daily necessities. So, food, shelter, gas in the car, the necessities, all the things that we need. 63% of Americans are struggling to cover the basic necessities right now. Now again, I think the vast majority of you in this community probably recognize this and probably agree with these numbers, and realistically, it probably seems like it should be a lot higher than that, but that's kind of scary, right? So 63 out of every 100 people walking around out in the world right now, or in this country anyway, not necessarily the world, but in this country right now, are struggling to cover the necessities. So very interesting numbers, right? But again, like I've said so many times, this is not coming in as a huge surprise one bit at all. I think all of us completely recognize what's going on here. So kind of an interesting thing. However, we also recognize that when it comes to the stimulus package, we're crossing our fingers right now that they'll offer some type of additional relief in the stimulus package and some kind of payments, monthly checks, stimulus checks, whatever it happens to be, some kind of adult tax credit, whatever they decide. If anything, of course, we're always crossing our fingers that they'll actually do something and help everybody out. Of course, I'll continue to keep you posted. By the way, a lot of really great comments on that last video earlier, talking about, at the end of the video, I mentioned that there's so many different things going on right now, because I talked about filing the tax return, and I know that a lot of you here in the community are non-filers. That's okay. However, right now, the IRS is dishing out a ton of money for people, and sometimes there's a lot of different provisions out there for everybody's situation that's a little bit different right now, and the deal is, sometimes you can take advantage of these refundable tax credits and other tax deductions, things like this, that could ultimately get you money in your pocket. So again, I can make some follow-up videos to that one earlier today, and I can talk about some of these very specific tax deductions or refundable tax credits. Therefore, even if your income is zeroed out, you could still get a payment from the IRS. So it's some very important information. It's very elaborate. It's kind of deep a little bit, but I can always break it down for you as believe it or not, I actually enjoy talking about taxes, and I actually enjoy learning about taxes and researching about it a lot. I would say I research taxes at least probably 4, 5, 6 hours a week, probably even more than that on the safe side. So yeah, I know, something that not a whole lot of people research, but I kind of enjoy doing it. So anyway, let's keep going. So also, let's quickly talk about one of the provisions that was just removed out of the stimulus package today. Now remember, they're currently working on the revised version of the Build Back Better agenda. Again, we don't have the official name for it, but I'll let you know as soon as we get that. But one of the provisions in that bill, again, we've heard this from many lawmakers here over the last several weeks, is that they have a few different provisions in this bill that they think is very important, and they want to keep it in, including the $550 billion for climate, the child tax credit payments resuming, as well as the free tuition or free college from community college. However, guess out of all three of those, which one got the axe today? Yeah, you called it. The community college tuition. So that one is no longer available. It's not there. So they certainly are shaving this thing down really fast. As of right now, they only have a few provisions within this bill that are actually still on the very important list. In fact, the whole tuition and the community college was a very hot one there for a lot of people. A lot of the lawmakers were coming out saying, this is a very important one, we've got to keep it in there. However, they just announced today, sorry, we're taking it out. So that one is the latest one to get the axe. A couple other ones as well is the paid medical and family leave. That's another one that's very important, as well as Medicare expansion. And again, that would be a nice one, especially for those of you right here in this community, to add hearing, dental, and vision in there. But again, we know that there's a lot of talk about that as well. So anyway, I'll keep you posted as we get further details. But the community college, it's gone. It's not in there anymore, and it is officially removed. So that'll probably free up a couple $100 billion in this package. So again, they certainly are doing a good job of shaving this thing down, but maybe this will free up an extra couple $100 billion that maybe they could allocate toward, I don't know, maybe another check. But again, I don't want to mislead anybody. I'm not here to do that in any way, shape, or form. But I'm just saying, maybe they can do that. That certainly would be really nice for a lot of people. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. Let's quickly talk about this new bill that is going to be, or that is introduced by Chuck Schumer. Now, this is actually a bill that he kind of alluded to and somewhat introduced in the summer of 2021. In July of 2021, he brought this bill up. It is to federally legalize, can you guess what I'm about to say? Probably. Cannabis. Yes, you're hearing that correctly. So right now, as we know, there's a number of different states that are legalizing cannabis. And I believe I saw just a couple days ago, maybe last week or maybe a week ago, I believe I saw Alabama legalized it. I could be wrong with that, but again, I didn't read anything into it. I think I saw a headline that said Alabama legalized it as of about a week ago or so. But again, I have to look into that. That is not 100% accurate. I'm not sure on that for sure, but I think I saw that. But Chuck Schumer is going to be introducing a bill in April, and yes, he wanted to have it ready for 420. By the way. Anyway, he wanted to have it ready for then, but he's going to be introducing this bill in April that will actually federally legalize cannabis. So rather than on a state-by-state level, remember, anything on the state-by-state level is just on the state level, right? It's just within the confines, within the borders of that specific state. However, anything that is a federal law is all-encompassing of all of the states. So it wouldn't be on a state-by-state level anymore. It would be all across the entire country. So we'll see if he gets any traction with that. I don't know, kind of interesting topic, but let me know your feedback on that, what you think down below. Again, if you're interested in sharing on that, I'm kind of curious to hear what many of you think in this community. Do you think it's something that should be legalized on a federal level, or do you think it's something that should be state by state, or do you think, no way, get it out of here, we don't want it at all? Again, I'm not taking sides with this stuff. I'm just simply wondering, what is your take on this whole thing? I'm just kind of interested to know. But again, only if you're comfortable doing so, that's totally fine. But a lot of things going on once again today. Of course, I'll continue to keep you posted with everything going on right now, but these are a few things that I wanted to lay out for you right here in this video, and I hope this helps you out. But again, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, and social media, and stay tuned as I will have another video out a little bit later, as I'm already gathering some more information for you for that next video. But there's a few things going on right now that I certainly want you to know about, and I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. But it looks like Congress will be doing some voting tomorrow on that continuing resolution, which will be nice to get one more thing off their plate so they can focus on the stimulus package and hopefully some relief to the American people. So again, thanks so much for being here. Subscribe down below. Check out any of the other 2,100 videos right here on the channel, and I'll catch you again later in the next video. See you for now.